From the very heart of Russia, and from the town by the East Bay, come two fighters of very different personalities and styles. Sergey "Crusher" Kovalev has flattened all those who have dared to challenge him.
The most sinister presence in the ring enjoys inflicting punishment.
But in Andre Ward, the irresistible force meets the immovable object. An Olympic gold medalist who is a sublime master at switching from defense to offense.
Ward landing when he wants to, where he wants to.
When these opposing forces clash in Las Vegas on November 19th, much will be at stake. 2 unbeaten records, light heavyweight bragging rights, and the chance to stake a claim as the very best fighter in the world.
Perfect, 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 perfect.
I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me.
What's good, all the hard hitters out there? It's the right-hand man from the land, Carl Cleveland, coming back at you with another installment of Carl's Corner. We are discussing Andre Ward Kovalev 1. Took place November 19, 2016 in Las Vegas, Nevada. This fight was basically you see who was the best in the world at that division. Andre Ward moved up from super middleweight division after basically conquering everybody but Lucien Bout, and Sergey Kovalev couldn't get that Donna Stevenson fight, so they figured that this would be the next best thing, getting a pound for pound fighter, trying to get him on Kovalev's resume. Hopefully we get to knock him out. We'll see how that turns out. This fight, I'm gonna do it a little different. I'm gonna go through the sections. So this fight was really a tale of two fights. Early on, 1 through 4, Kovalev had energy, okay? Round 1, of course, all major boxing events, well, I ain't gonna say all, but majority of them, when they high level, they come out with the two guys. They're filling each other out, and that's what they did round 1. You know, Kovalev comes out with the jab to the body. Ward does the same thing. You know, it's a filler out round, man. Ward, like I said, lands a couple jabs to the body. Kovalev landed a hard jab while Ward was coming in, kind of staggered him. That kind of swayed the announcers to say that Kovalev won the round. Because if I'm not mistaken, Max Kellerman said, well, Kovalev only landed 2 really hard jabs, but that was enough to win the round. Really wasn't. Ward was doing more, landing, like I said, more to the body, couple shots to the head. It was just that Kovalev's shots early on were a lot harder. They had a hell of a lot more steam on them. Round 1, could have gave it to Kovalev, but I gave it to Ward. Round 2, both came out a little slow. You know, Kovalev was throwing lots of feints, trying to see how Andre Ward was going to react. They were respecting each other. Andre Ward was throwing jabs to the body. That's what his bread and butter was. But I want to say about 140 left in the round, Kovalev, he starts getting in the range and letting his hands go. And he started everything with a jab, and damn near everything he threw was landed. Then with 43 seconds left in the round, Sergey Kovalev threw a 1-2. Andre Ward tried to slip the jab and then come back with a counter right hand, but he walked right into straight right hand from Sergey, short right hand, knocked him down. You could tell really didn't hurt him like that, but he was a little buzzed, like, okay, that got his attention. got up. I think this is honestly where Sergey Kovalev lost his fight, because he started and he tried to finish Ward, and he really threw punches. Some of them landed, some of them distant, but man, he gassed himself out, man. Round 3, it was a nice comeback round for Andre Ward. Both of the guys was landing, so I'm not going to act like Kovalev wasn't doing his work in this round, but coming from getting knocked down and then landed some of the good body work that Ward did in that round, it was a good show to let Kovalev know he was going to be there. I put this down like round 3 was a swing round, but this is where Kovalev still had his energy. All right, now round 4 is where, to me, he started falling off. The round started off with the brothers wrestling like this is WWE, you know, trying to see who's going to tackle each other like this was parking lot football or something. Andre Ward is still jabbing to the belly, and this is when I began to see Kovalev slow down, because he wasn't able to land his counter punches even when he was in range. He had stopped cutting off the ring against Andre Ward, and he just began to follow him around the ring, man. This is, like I say, this is when I saw him start to slow down, man. Ward was, like I said, was throwing shots when Kovalev was in range, but he was missing, man. Now we're going to have 5 through 8. And it's really a continuation of the last round where Ward is going to the body. He is going to the body relentlessly with jabs, with left hooks. Ward is starting to move. He's starting to box more. And Kovalev just was not cutting the ring off, man. It was like he was tired. He would hit Ward, maybe have him buzz, but he would let Ward walk out the back door every time. Round 6, same way, start off with Andre Ward hooked to the body. Kovalev is really starting to slow down, man. Ward is still landing them jabs to the belly. His body work is taking the steam off of Kovalev's punches. So first 4 rounds, when Kovalev would throw a 1-2 or when he would land the right hand, it sounded like a pistol was going off. It was like, damn, I don't know if Andre Ward could take all this. But Ward's relentless body work, like I said, I started seeing it in the 4th round, started taking the steam off of Kovalev's punches to the point where Ward was still cognizant of his power, but it wasn't having nearly as effect as the commentators were, specifically Jim Lampley and Harold Letterman, would lead you to believe. Max Kellerman and Roy was keeping it 100, giving the Andre Ward the credit for the work he was doing. And even to the point where Harold Letterman, up to this point, in round 6, I think he had it 5 rounds to nothing, Andre Ward, and even Max Kellerman was like, yeah, I think you could have gave Ward a couple of those rounds that you gave Kovalev, so fight might be a little closer than what you think. Round 7, man, Kovalev is really slowing down, man, and Ward starts to tag him up until the point. This was this best round of the fight. He was going up, he was going down with the jab, he was landing the straight rights, and at the end of this round, he goes back to the corner, and Virgil Hunter, he earned his goddamn salary in this damn speech, this motivational speech he gave Andre Ward, man. He told him, look, Ali got knocked down and got up. Leonard got up. And you got up too. I need you to go out here and win this fight. He don't want it. He tired. And Ward, round 8 through 12, the championship rounds, really, man. Body, body, body. That's all Ward did in the 8th round, man. He landed some hellacious body shots. And like now, it's obvious that Kovalev is slowing down because even the commentators start saying it, and his shots have no steam on them. Like I said, he landed a couple nice right hands in this round, but it was not having the effect that it had it early on in the fight, man. Round 9 starts off with a hook to the body by Ward. Kovalev is slowing down. Ward's landing jabs to the body and to the face. Right hands to the face. It's like Ward is standing in range and Kovalev is having problems hitting him. Unless he was starting with the jab. Kovalev would start with the jab, then he would have a little bit more success with the right hand following behind it, but he was not cutting off the ring. He was getting frustrated. He was getting tired. And he was basically trying to live off that knockdown and try to live off the fear of that knockdown happening again. And it just didn't happen. Ward made this a dirty fight. He got in the trenches. He was basically, man, he made this a phone booth fight when he wanted it and stayed on the outside when he wanted. Round 10, probably, I want to say besides round 3, was probably the best round that had the most back and forth action. It could have gone either way, but in my opinion, Ward landed the cleaner and heavier shots. And I know it's surprising seeing that Ward landed the heavier shots, but the body work was really taking effect on Kovalev in this round. Like I said, when he would land those heavy shots, they did not seem as heavy as they did earlier in the damn fight. So his punches didn't have any steam on it, man. No steam at all. You got round 11. Kovalev tried, but when he would do something, Ward would counter back, man. So Kovalev would land a shot, Ward would answer. Still not cutting off the ring. Ward landed a left hook to the body and to the head to rock Kovalev. Honestly, I don't know how he got hit with the hook to the head. He got hit to the body and he tried to go straight back instead of going off to the side, and Ward caught him. Kovalev landed a couple nice shots in this round as well, but no steam on his punches, man. He was tired. Now the 12th round comes out and both of the fighters seem energized, you know. Ward is getting the better of the exchanges, still digging to the body in the beginning of the rounds. Then middle of the round, Kovalev landed a couple good body shots as well. He's trying to come back. Trying to use that power, trying to use that intimidation. Andre Ward using his lateral movement this round, then sitting down on the punches. It was really them wrestling and grappling this round, but Andre Ward landed the cleaner, effective punches.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecards after 12 rounds of action. John McKay, Bert Clements, and Glenn Trowbridge all scored the contest 114 to 113.
114-113. Все три судьи дают.
And new unified light heavyweight champion of the world, still
Да, друзья.
undefeated.
Знаете, я вспоминаю статью американца.
Somewhat controversial because of the knockdown that took place in the second round. And I'll be honest with you, when I originally watched this fight, I thought it was closer. I thought I could have given it to Kovalev or to Ward. But when I rewatched it, of course, you watch it very low or on mute. And you see that, man, honestly, Andre Ward came in here and he slowed down Sergey Kovalev. First 4 rounds, yeah, very, very competitive. Honestly, after that, it was maybe 1 or 2 rounds that were competitive, but Andre Ward just slowed him down with the body work. He went inside, he fought the boogeyman, he didn't run away. And Andre Ward is your victor. I need you guys to be on the lookout for the next installment, the final installment of Carl's Corner for this season. You know, we giving the hometown hero, Cleveland, Ohio, his flowers while he's still here. Sean Porter just announced his retirement. So we're going to go over the fight between him and Danny Garcia. So be on the lookout for that. Once again, I appreciate you hard hitters out there. If y'all not already a member of the Ville, I don't know what y'all waiting for. Hit that subscribe button, that bell notification. Come holler at your boys. Carl Cleveland. I'm out.
Next time on the season finale of Carl's Corner.
I've only just heard that the WBC would like Showtime Sean Porter to fight another title eliminator. And they want me to fight none other than a cherry picker himself, Danny Garcia. What I say to you, Danny Garcia, let's get it on. Ooh, yeah.